and then we start what's called opening statements. Opening statements are probably not like what you've seen on TV. Most of the time, when you see a lawyer up on her feet or his feet talking directly to a jury, it's usually a closing argument. Opening statement's very different. Opening statement is where we lay out what the jury can expect to see in terms of the evidence throughout the case. As lawyers, unfortunately, we cannot argue very much during this process. That means we have to give them a good preview of the evidence and show them what to expect. We'll show them exhibits. We'll tell them what witnesses are expected to say. Now, we use as much skill as we can to push the line and makes not really arguments, but at least lead the jury where we want them, how we want them to see the evidence. But most importantly, we just give them a good preview of what the evidence will be. Once the plaintiff goes, that's the person who brings the lawsuit, then the defendant gets to go and do an opening statement as well and give the jury their version of what to expect to see in the evidence throughout the case. Once opening statements are complete, then we start what's called the evidence phase. The plaintiff gets to go first, and plaintiff always gets to go first because as the plaintiff, we bear the burden of proof. We have to prove what it is we're alleging. So we get the advantage of going first. So, in our what's called our case in chief, we start the evidence phase. We put on the witnesses in whatever order we want to. We start asking them questions. We show them documents and what we call exhibits. The jury can see all of it. They can hear the answers to the questions. That's the evidence phase. Once, for example, I've put on a witness that is my witness, the defense can get up and cross-examine that witness after I ask them questions. Okay. Once we finish the plaintiff's case in chief and the plaintiff rests, then the defense gets to put on their case in chief. And it's the same process. They put on their witness, they ask them questions on direct examination, then I can get up and cross-examine their witnesses. That's what we call the evidence phase. That's essentially everything the jury is supposed to make their decision on.